All right. So for today, what we've got going on here is Jeskai Phoenix. For those who don't know, Blue Red Phoenix was a fun deck that I enjoyed playing back in 2018. And it hit the wayside when Faithful Looting got banned by Hogaak. So this is an attempt to bring it back using a lot of the new cards from Innistrad. We have Considers as a way to put cards into the graveyard and draw cards. We've got Otherworldly Gaze to do the same thing, other than we don't draw with this one, but it does have flashback. That'll be relevant later. Then you've got Thought Scours, again, to just put more cards into the yard and draw some cards. And then you've got things like Lightning Bolt and Lava Dart, so that way you can deal damage to your opponent and cast spells, because how this works, Arclight Phoenix, at the beginning of the combat on our turn, if we've cast 3 spells, Arclight Phoenix gets to come back from the graveyard to the battlefield, and it has haste. So it can be up to 12 power in a single turn, swinging. So we need to be casting as many spells as possible to get this guy online. We've got Brazen Borrowers here and Petty Theft as a way to bounce things or just have another flying threat. And then you have Prismatic Ending as a way to deal with everything. Then you have Manamorphose here is a great way to just draw a card, add the mana to your mana pool, which is basically how you're going to, it's just 0 mana, draw a card as a card. So it just, the card replaces itself. It's a free spell cast. And then we have Faithful Mending, which is very akin to Faithless Looting. We get to gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. And the thing that makes this great is it's at instant speed. So we can do this at our opponent's instep if we need it. And it has flashback for just 1 more. The reason that this flashback is important is, again, we need to cast spells. If our graveyard's full of spells, we can cast it with flashback and then get back the Phoenix. And because we're putting a bunch of things into the bin, we're running Murktide Regent, because who doesn't love a 2-mana 8/8 flyer? That's the rundown of the main board. There are 2 white sources in the list, so we do need to watch out, make sure that we don't mill over both of them, so that way we can actually cast the Mending and the Ending. As far as sideboard is concerned, what we've got going on is we've got 2 surgical extractions for graveyard strategies, such as Reanimator, Fluster Storm for when we need to counter things, Chalice of the Void, mainly for 0, because we don't want to put it on 1 when we've got 19 1-drops, so it's mainly for Rhino decks. Engineered Explosives, because we don't have permanence on 0, 1, or 2, so EE is really good for us. Wear Tear, so that way we can destroy an artifact or an enchantment, because who doesn't love being able to do that. Path for creature removal. Wildfire to stop big mana things like Tron. A Malevolent Hermit, which is basically a creature counter spell that you then have Disturb, which makes it so your spells can't be countered, but it can be exiled if they kill it. So it's not great, but it's not awful. And then Alpine Moon for, again, things like Tron or Valakut or Saga decks. With that being said, let's take this into a league, see how we can do, and see if we like it. All right, we won the die roll. Let's take the play here. So we don't have a way to get rid of this Phoenix, but I like the rest of it, so we're going to try it. Because if we Otherworldly Gaze, we then have Manamorphose, consider Lightning Bolt. We can fetch for Hollowed fountain is what we are looking for here. Misty rainforest for the opponent. They didn't reveal anything. Makes me wonder if they're like rhinos here. Zoom in, grab this hollowed fountain for sure. Shock it in. This gaze. I don't like any of these, so to the graveyard we go. That, and then we draw. Well, we didn't hit anything great, so we're just gonna pass and flash back this Otherworldly Gaze. They consider and put a delta into the bin. Another island for them. Is this flashback of just 2? Yes. Flashback. So I don't want to put any of these into the bin. So, well, we can put the bolt into the bin. Top. That way we get to draw Murktide here. And this. Yes, because we can shock this in. Blue, red, Manamorphose. Do like so. See if they let this happen. They don't. That's fine by us. And we'll pass. Blood Moon. Well, let's consider and put that card into our graveyard. And Blood Moon's good. So we're facing Blue Moon here. So we can... We don't have a way to put this Phoenix into the... But we don't need to put the Phoenix, do we? We can just do this. And do blue, red, draw a card. Bolt our opponent. Play the mountain, do this, and drop a Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a Murktide. You got 2 turns to deal with it. Interesting. They liked the card. Opt. They put the card on top, making me think that they've got a blah blah blah. Yeah, they've got land through the breach and Emrakul coming at us here. Or they've got Jace the Mind Sculptor. Flame Slash into Flame Slash. Flame Slash Snap. Flame Slash. Alright. That's one way to do it, opponent. this. Let's go ahead and mill. Let's mill them too. We need to mill ourselves at this point. There we go. Arclight, Phoenix, combat, swing. When it goes to 3. Deal with the Phoenix now. Hits for 2. We'll take it. So this either means that they have it or they don't. Hi, big dog. I hear you. Thank you for being annoying. What you got? You got Bolt. Electrolyze. 2 damage, draw a card. Okay. We'll take 2. Down to 11. Let's gaze. See if we've got any Phoenixes on top here. Oh, that's beautiful. Phoenix, Phoenix, that. Put that on top. Well, I just screwed up there. Because this is at the beginning of combat. I did not mean to click through because my graveyard popped up. White, blue. Lava Dart's fine. Cast this with flashback. Discard those 2. There's no point. We'll have to just wait. And this time not click through our turn. They're at 3. We'll put a stop there. We'll take 2, go down to 11. King in the ice. Sure. So their entire game plan is to cast a spell here to bounce. Because they removed all their fun triggers. Cast this with flashback. We are looking for Bolt. None of that's Bolt. So put that away. Draw into main. We'll scour them. Consider. That's an option. This, dart them. And now combat. Phoenix, Phoenix, Phoenix. And then they just play 1 spell. And their thing flips. Yep. Oh, look at that. They even have Bolt. How neat for them. They get to bounce a bunch of things. Don't like the idea of Snapcaster being bounced. Because that just gives them Snap Bolt. This way they have to have Bolt off the top. Or Snap. One of the two. We go to 1. Bolt. Dot scour. Hard cast a Phoenix. You're gonna dress down. Okay. I mean, you just told me that I can't block. Snap. Why wouldn't you just snap bolt me? Like, you giving me a chance here to find an out? I didn't, but you gave me a chance. Yeah, they said oops. They realized their mistake. Okay. Paths we want. Cluster storms we want. As far as what can come out, we can shave a radical idea. Ending is slow against them. Moon's a pretty good card against us. They're gonna shave 2 mending. No, keep him in. Well, we've got petty theft. Keep that. Shave on a dart and a bolt. No, yeah. Shave on dart and bolt. Would love to take the play. It's a 1-lander. But we'll try it. I'm never a fan of 1-lander, but when you've got 2 thought scour to try to find our land. Well, we've got cards to pitch to mending. Problem is we don't have land. Need to find land here. That won't do it. They consider. So we've got the stop and the upkeep, meaning we can otherworldly here and hit our land drop and still be okay. It won't be fantastic. None of those are land. Ten cards deep. Like, we are very deep. We didn't find? That's... Well, we found 1. Relic. Sure. I'm looking for lands at this point, opponent. I really don't care. This we draw. Have you tried? Yeah, well. Undo. Move to the end step. You're gonna pop everything. Okay. Disagree with your decision to pop there. Because I decided I wanted to go to cleanup. Like, consider... No, I want to draw that card. This land... Yeah, we'll keep it. Because if they go to Blood Moon, we can get basic island. And if we get to move to the instep, we can fetch for a Hallowed Fountain, shock it in, and attempt a Mending. Oh, fun. Mending resolved. We'll put a bunch of Phoenixes into the bin. This fetch and a shock. Red, blue, Manamorphose. Assuming this doesn't get to resolve though. Yep. They draw 2. That'll work. And dart them. I'm gonna force a negation my lava dart. No. And dart you. I know we lose our mountain doing this. And consider. Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard. We don't have a way to cast it. Do that. Combat Phoenixes. Attack with all. Petty Thefts 1. Sure. And then bounces, and then plays Brazen. I mean, I could bolt it. I'd rather not. I'd rather force you to have even more. So now we go blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Have ourselves a 7/7 Murktide. Mystical Dispute. Sure. How does it feel to have it all, opponent? There we go. Swing for 3. Aether Gust. We'll put it on top. So I don't want to try to resolve a Malevolent Hermit. It's not the greatest in the world, but hey. You're going to Snapcaster, Snap Spell Snare. Yep, Snap Snare. Okay. And let's shuffle away this Phoenix. Getting our last island and then go white, blue. Pending. Fetch. And shock. Okay. No shock. So we'll hard cast this Phoenix and just swing. We've got them on a 3-turn clock. Like they have 3 in hand. What can they have? Phoenix. I know that they could have plenty more counter magic. We already hit 1, 2, 3. Mystical Dispute. Sounds good. They go down to 8. And they snap. Snap opt? Sure. Snap charm. Draw 2. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. There's a Scalding Tarn. They go down to 7. What on earth can you possibly have, opponent? Draws 2 more. Sure. Did you get rid of Blood Moon? This we draw land. So land and 2. Let's flash it back. No, let's disturb. Creature spells that I cast can't be countered. Cool. Play the Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. A thing in the ice, sure. Snapcaster beats. Snap charm. Okay. And they get to draw 2. Guess we'll go to 10. Get ourselves Sacred Foundry here tapped. This we draw. We draw a path. How lovely. Path your thing in the ice. Okay. Consider. I'm going to counter it. Okay. Bolcha. Phoenix triggers. Ta-da! They dug deep. Also, that is a ridiculous amount of counter magic. I kind of like the pending. Malevolent Hermit's enough that it warrants keeping it in. Flesh the Storm is fine. Considers good. Blah, 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 blah. What's not great here? It looked like they took out Moon. Hand's got Luster Storm. Borrower? I don't like it. Also, how am I this far behind on clock? We'll try it. Bottom and ending. Steam Vents tapped for them. Scalding Tarn. How about if I could hit the right keys? Thing in the ice. Okay. This. Fetch. Hollowed Fountain. Shock it in. Hot Scour ourselves. Neat. Spire Bluff. White, blue, pending. Okay. Need one more land here. Until, of course. Why? Why do we concede? That's... 1 sec. I would love to play first. They've got a companion to reveal. My hand doesn't get a Phoenix out quick. We'll try bottom of mending. Keep this. Play out the flooded strand, pass the turn. This will go get a hollowed fountain. So we can consider trying to find mending stuff. Memnite. Okay, so we're facing hammer time. This hand might not be good. Oh, especially with a start like that. I am concerned about a turn 2 Colossus Hammer. So we're now looking for Lightning Bolt. Consider. As much as I want to draw that card, won't get me there. Scalding Tarn. Okay. Show me I'm dead. Okay, Inkmoth Nexus. We might be alive. Watch this be double hammer. Well, there's the steel shapers for the hammer. Hammer resolves. I don't like that the hammer is resolving, but it does. I want some mending. Thank God we drew good cards. Fun times are abound. We'll have a phoenix. They won't have a hammer. Ooh, we can otherworldly gaze in the upkeep here. That's nice. This upkeep, let's gaze. That. I want to keep that card on top. That's the card that we shall draw. Then we do this. Now we do like this. Red and white. Metamorphose. Do you. We need white and blue. We'll draw a card. Scour ourselves. And then prismatic ending the hammer. Phoenix comes back. Just one. That's a lot of cards gone away with for just one Phoenix. I'm scared of a second hammer. So we're not gonna swing. Ornithopter. Plating. Plating is to be equipped onto probably the Ornithopter. Yep. Well, that's fine. It's a 4-2. And gets blocked by a 3-2 quite well. It's a bit unfortunate that I can't get rid of it and the Memnite. And step will happen. Upkeep will happen. Draw step, we draw. We draw a Metamorphose. Okay, well, that's pretty great. Because this for red, blue. We'll go blue, blue. Land there's great. Thought scour mill ourselves. This. Fetch. Grab island. This flashback a lava dart. Do that. And at storm count of 3. Murktide hit consider. Scour pending morphos. Blue blue. We've got ourselves an 8/8 blocker here, and we get the Phoenix back. Meaning Phoenix gets in. Opponent goes to 17, and we pass the turn. Clearing. Stoneforge, they can go get a hammer. Unfortunate, because it means that we have to block the Ornithopter. And then we lose. Yeah. We have to block, and then we lose our Murktide. Because we're at 6. It does mean that they have to play the hammer. And the hammer has to equip to the Ornithopter. So ideally, Brazen Borrower, the petty theft. Do we otherworldly here? I think we do. Well, no, we can't. We don't have a land that enters the battlefield untapped. What's a naturally draw here? Okay. So now we mending. White, blue, blue. Cast with flashback. This. And that. Play that tapped. Pass the turn. Hope they don't have a way to get rid of our Phoenix. Next turn we can bring back 2 Phoenixes. We don't have a way to deal with this Ornithopter though. Shadow Spear will do it. Yep, gives it trample. We can't deal with trample. All right. Alpine Moon seems pretty good. Paths seem pretty good. EE and Wear Tear seem pretty great. And so I know I want these cards in. What do we want out? Radical Idea. Shave on another worldly. A lot of their stuff is X1 or X2. Let's shave on Thought Scour. Because it doesn't get us any deeper. You know what? Let's rock the 61 card special. Love to take the play. Nope. This hand is just removal dot hand, right? Keep, get rid of the lightning bolt. Keep and drop the Scalding Tarn into play. No need to Blind Moon here. Well, yes, we could. Doesn't buy us a whole lot. Whereas if this is just slower start. Memnite. Aid. Oh, Sentinel. I'm okay with getting rid of that card. We'll get the Sacred Foundry, shock it in. I know they get to draw, but let's go ahead and just blind name Urza Saga here. Urza Saga. Pass the turn. Silent Clearing is found. Pure Steel. That's a paladin. They get in for 2. We'll take 2. Down to 15 we go. Huh. I mean, digs us one deeper and still allows us to ending. White, black, prismatic ending. Get rid of that card. We've got paths. Or in a crofter. White, white, another paladin. You got it, Chief. Take it in for 2. We draw blue source. Blue source. That is not blue source. Okay, they draw a card. I feel like they probably should just put Luris. Well, they don't have anything other than a Sentinel. So Sentinel, I'm not afraid of. You get in for 2 here. They're getting in quite a bit of chip damage, which is unfortunate. We draw a Phoenix. Okay. Last turn. That last card in hand is definitely Saga. They turn sideways on those 3. We won't block. Okay, let's go ahead and just path the Sentinel. Yes, pay 1 to prevent them from drawing. Path happens. They get a plains. This, we draw blue source. That'll work. It's not a blue source, technically. But it gets the job done. Blue, blue. Murktide, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And drop the 8/8. Pure steel, sure. Gonna be awkward if they have hammer. Yep. Hammer they can equip for 0. We have to block. Thank you very much for the follow, Jay Gonzalez. Have to block there. So if we had saved, we'd have a way to deal with it. But we don't have a way to deal with both. Ending. Well, we deal with it how we can. We're still not great because we can't seem to draw land to save our life. I know that this is an 18 land deck. I need to stop complaining about not hitting land drops. However, I feel we should have seen one by this point. Yep. They swing for 4. We go to 2. We need 2 spells off the top. Hey, look, a land. I mean, we just pay the 2 life, right? It doesn't matter what we do there. We don't pay the life, we then have to either double Lava Dart the Pure Steel and take 3 from the Memnites, or we pay the 2 life and die there. Consider bleh. All right, hammer time, getting it done against us. Not surprising, but so we've got borrowers and mendings, but nothing else. It's got 2 lands though. We'll try it. We've got plenty of things to pitch here. Verdant Catacombs and Luris makes me think this is Luris Jund. Yep. Yep. Luris Jund here. And do you take the mending? Do you take the radical idea? Do you take the borrowers? Like, there's nothing blatantly obvious to take here. Okay, take a borrower. Flooded Strand, pass the turn. Okay, so Jund's Sagavan, probably. Green 1, Goify Boy. Big Goif. This Hollowed Fountain tapped. Upkeep, and then we draw Bolt. Interesting. Chuck it in. Pass the turn. This is a 3/4. Go ahead and just bounce it for some tempo. If it means that they don't get to get lots off of the saga, that's good with us. They shocked in, then they bobble. Okay, so they like the tokens. Good to know. This blue, no, this is all instant speed. And just land, say go. Yep, they make a saga token. Sounds good. They have a 2/2. This draw, then this. We're gonna go about it like so. To make a construct, we're gonna bolt their construct before it gets to be out of bolt range. They have a 2/2 and they get to search. They got a Shadow Spear and a Saga. So Alpine Moon's definitely coming in. In step, let's get ourselves a island here. Mending. White, blue. Pitch, Canal, and Radical Idea. This we draw, play out the Flooded Strand, and pass the turn. We take 3. And they play out a Goyf. Let's fetch here. Get this into play tapped. And flashback a mending. Opponent. I would like to continue to do things during your end step. What could you possibly have here? White, blue, or blue. Flashback mending. Okay, that's not terrible. Bitch, Charn, and Morphos. This, we then draw the Murktide. Pretty great draw. Do that. Get rid of their Goyf. Blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just make it sorry. We only have lands in our yard. It's a 7/7. They float 1. So they'll only have the construct token. They've got lots of baubles. And this equips Shadow Spear. We're going to try to offer the trade. I mean, we go ahead and bite, right? Like, I'm assuming they have Bolt. Yep. Neat. You got rid of my Murktide. Now you have nothing. Until, you know, they do Luris. Okay. That, we'll put it into play tapped. We'll pass the turn. And we have Flash and Borrower here. Snow Red, Renin 6? Sure. That means that they get to loop. Yep. Saga, you get 1 Saga here. And another Goyf. Aight. This Borrower. Upkeep, we draw a Thought Scour. Once a Mending. Looking for Phoenixes at this point. Hmm. Opponent. Like, I understand clockwise we're close, but I don't feel that I am like stalling. Hmm. Okay, we have to discard 2. I mean, we'll discard this and this. No, we discard Consider and Lava Dart. Because now we can Dot Scour, mill ourselves. Lava Dart their Renin 6, sacrificing Steam Vents. And I should have done Murktide first. This. Creature. And shrink the Goyf. Phoenix comes back. We will go 3 at Ren, 3 at them. So Murktide should be 1 larger. And that 1 is going to matter. Because we would have lethal on board. Unholy Heat's the Murktide. That 1 also mattered because it put Murktide out of range of Unholy Heat. I'm assuming this is just suit up the Shadow Spear. Yep. Okay, they swing for 7. Shadow Spear is a fun card. I want to see what we're drawing. Is it a good card? What'd you see, opponent? You saw me gaze into the world of the abyss. So we can't really afford not to. They float 1. Spell Bomb is what they find. Another Goyf. And that's understandable. All the stuff is in their yard. Other than creature. We go to 3. Channeler. Yep. At this point, we are just looking for... None of those are cards we're looking for. So this, that... Otherworldly, flash it back. I kind of like all of these. We'll put Phoenix into the bin. Put Murktide and Borrower. Because we can petty theft. Okay. We can petty theft to the Goyf. And we can't bolt anything, though. Petty Theft, the Big Goyf, Jump Block, Jump Block. Well, Jump Block, Jump Block. But... So we're not lost yet. But we're definitely not out of it. I don't really think we have a way out. If this is a bolt or a heat, we lose. Dope. Alright. So, Jund Sagavan, huh? Wildfire Moons. Those come in. Everything else can kind of stay out. Lava Dart's just a bad card in this matchup. Radical, bring in Path. Anything else that I can think of? No. EE is tempting. Could try to bring an E onto and make it work. So that could a gaze, could a scour, and mending. Nah, wildfire. We don't need that. As tempting as it is, Alpine Moon on Saga's our best bet. Whew. Opponent likes to take their time here. A bit unfortunate. Hmm. One's got 30 seconds to finish what they want to sideboard. I know where one. There we go. Let's take the play. Does opponent want to reveal their Luris again? They do. Yeah, we keep this. This is just being able to mending and moon and consider and having EE all here. While this hand doesn't have any fetch lands or threats, I feel we don't need any. Dragon Rage Channeler, sure. Let's consider. Don't want to pitch a basic. It's not a great draw, but at least something. Okay, we'll shock this in. Let's go ahead and drop E on 2 in case they have a Ren here. We don't have the counter magic, but this allows us to deal with a Ren if they have a turn 2 Ren. Inquisition, well, they can't take the Murktide, so they probably take the Alpine Moon. Because they really don't want Alpine Moon naming Saga. They take a Mending. Interesting decision by opponent. Borrower. Okay. I mean, we just blind name Urza Saga here. Because we know that they run it. Card's annoying. We get to deal without it. We can petty theft if they do something like an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize. We're gonna float to let it surveil. They put the card on top. We're gonna petty theft. Inquisition can take our mending again. That's fine. And Bloodstained Mire, you fetching away your Dragon Rage Channeler? Or your card that you put on top? Nope. Cool. Upkeep, we draw Manamorphose. It's instant speed. We don't need to do anything. You can just pass on back. Say Mire. Overgrown Tomb. Into Darcy. Spell Bomb. Well, that's unfortunate. This. Let's try to. No, let's just straight white, blue, blue. Let's just mending. Okay. Get rid of this and that. I'm gonna pop your spell bomb. Yep. Fine by me. If you're spell bombing. There we go, and pass the turn. So they get to attack into this Brazen Borrower. What you doing on 2 Renin 6? Renin 6 surveils. Puts Goyf into bin. Upticks on Mire, sure. Plays the Mire, goes to combat, has to swing. Flash in Borrower here to block. Looks like they have the fetch land, which is unfortunate. So they've got Bolt, Heat. Sure, if you're gonna heat my Borrower to save your Darcy, that's fine by me. Come on. What you got, opponent? So next turn's probably just mending Poppy. They bobble and surveil. Put heat into the bin. This, go get steam vents. Tapped. They want to see what we're drawing. That's fine. See, they saw a fetch land. Neat. There's an argument to be had to hold the fetch land, so that way we have cards to pitch to Mending here. They just throw Saga into the bin. Then get Mire. Okay. And you played your land for the turn. Like, Red and 6 ain't scary. Blue, white, Mending here. We have to discard. And I guess we discard the 2 that can't be hit. Going against the Inquisition and see a Murktide Regent. I hope they enjoy the Murktide Regent as much as I do. This instep. Go get Hollowed Fountain. Chuck it in. Flashback the Mending. Feel like gaining life. I have to discard 2. It's awkward that this is discard 2 regents. Upkeep, let's gaze. Graveyard. Keep the others. Top. Do like so. White, red, ending the Renin 6. Technically put those cards in the wrong order. Green, black, what? You gonna abrupt decay my engineered explosives? Okay. Put spell bomb into the yard and then gets rid of that. So because we want the bolt on top, we can't cast this Consider. So we have to go to 10. Our opponent's got plenty. There's a Goyf. It's a 7/8. This we draw. Let's Consider. Yeah, put that in the yard. We don't need that at this point. Let's bolt that one. And let's mill ourselves and draw. Trying to draw an ending here. Whether or not we will, who knows? Manamorphose. So relook. Because I need an answer. So white and blue. Petty theft. That'll work. And just to stall for a turn or 2. This deck does a lot of spinning its wheels. So there's the Goyf again. We don't have anything to flash back here. So we are on our edge. I'm assuming this is Luris to hand. Yep. We've got a couple of outs. Can we draw it? Phoenix. Gives us a blocker. Hope they don't have removal in 4 cards. Oh, wait. They have removal on the Spell Bomb. Do they see it, though? Oh, they just have second Goyf. They're just going that route? Okay. Meaning we are EE or bust. Down to 3 we go. EE or bust. That's not EE. Mill for 2. Hope we don't mill EE number 2. Well, we didn't mill EE number 2, but we don't get to do anything past this. So that's a game. Alright, we found a match here. We won the die roll. Let's take the play. Don't have a way to get rid of this Phoenix, and it's a 1-lander. We learned our lesson. You don't keep 1-landers in this list. Alright, we can keep this and bottom... Bottom probably the island. Because this will allow us to go Tarn, pass, and then we have... There's no way to do this on turn 2. So... we'll see. Triome into play tapped by opponent here. I want to go and get this Hollowed Fountain. We're going to go ahead and shock it in and consider. We'll keep it on top and draw that. Now we draw. Draw land. That's not great. Bit of a flood. That's fine. Hopefully this Mending can hit some spells. So we have a turn 3 Phoenix. Okay. White blue Mending. Pitch a Phoenix and a Tarn. We're just going to go for the turn 4 guarantee here. I guess I should have played the Flooded Shan instead of the island then, if we're not committing. So they seem to be... Is this Jeskai Phoenix versus Jeskai Demi-Lich? That's probably what this is. Okay. Let's start off with fetching. Fetch and shock. Try to Manamorphose. Okay, this will give us red, white, blue, flashback with Mending, ditch, Radical Idea and Flooded Strand. And then bolt them. That'll be 3 spells for 1 Phoenix. Not great, but better than nothing. Turn it sideways. What you doing? Valakut Awakening. Oh, this is Jeskai Lotus Field. They just didn't have a Lotus. Hmm. They go down to 14. We pass the turn. So Jeskai Lotus Field. That means Cleansing Wildfire is not great against them, but it's not awful. 2 mana Chalice on 1. Well, that's unfortunate. Upkeep, we draw land. We'll pitch that and we'll hit for 3. And we'll have the Radical Idea to draw a card here in a bit. Gonna evoke Solitude, pitching Solitude, and then you're gonna do this and gain some life, and that gets exiled. Red, blue, white, Blood Sun. Yep. So Blood Sun comes in, and here comes that good old Lotus Field. Oh. No Lotus Field? Radical Idea, pitching Thought Scour. Okay. Pending. So we free up our spells here as much as I want to hit the Blood Sun. We need to free up our stuff at this point. This consider Borrower to the yard. No, we'll draw that card. I want to stop on their draw step. Okay. Keep draw, Petty Theft to the Blood Sun. Just tempo them a bit. Unless they have the counter spell. I know it gives them another draw here, which isn't great. But it makes it so if they had the... So here's 6 mana. Shark Typhoon. Hard cast Shark Typhoon. Okay. Opponent, you alright? Who hurt you? Well, there's a prismatic ending. Let's go ahead and just flash in Borrower here and pass the turn. Because they're about to shark. Flagstone, sack that, and get themselves a nice tapped land. And by the way, if they have second Shark Typhoon, we're just conceding. 4 mana. There's the Blood Sun. Which we figured would be back. Okay. Draw. We draw Borrower. So we could petty theft the shark token, play Borrower here. Because I'm assuming their 3/3 would just trade with our 3/1. Lotus Field is found. You've got buku of mana. Solitude. Hard cast. Sounds good. That'll happen. They get in for 3. We go back down to 21. Effectively negating the solitude that they just did. Instepped, petty theft the Shark Typhoon. And cast the Borrower. Upkeep, we draw a Phoenix. So Phoenix, 1, 2, 1. Phoenix, and we can dart the Solitude so they don't get to gain life. Because the Jeskai, the Jeskai Lotus Field doesn't really run counter magic. Get in for 6, take him to 8. Has Solitude number 2. Settle the wreckage. Sure. Oh, there's no basic lands left in the deck. Okay. So that's 4 of our 11 threats. I don't think we get out of this at this point. One more for your Shark Typhoon. There we go. Okay. 5 mana to Teferi. Nope, we're good. Teferi and Shark Typhoon will do it. So what's good against them? Nothing. Nothing that we have is great against them. I guess Alpine Moon. But that, like, it shuts off their ramp, but at the same time, it enables them to be able to just play out the Lotus Field. I don't know how I feel about it. Bit of the radical idea. I'll just hit him with the 61 card. Love to play first. Mulligan. Okay, we can keep. It doesn't do much. Bottom the mountain. No, bottom the island. We have a lava dart in hand. We want to be able to lava dart. This pass turn. There's a triumph. Scar ourselves. We mill over Bolt Borrower. Not terrible. And then we hit the Hollowed Fountain. That's actually good. Let's do Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. White, blue, rip. Do we? So with rip, what would we have brought in? Engineered explosives? We need to find a way to Brazen Borrower to bounce it. That doesn't solve our issue. There we go. See, we'll draw into things. And just do that and pass the turn. Invalidate. Blue, blue. If you double blue, Chalice on 1. Okay. Punish me for holding onto this Alpine Moon. Keep, we draw. We draw a Phoenix. I guess we'll just play that card. The funny thing about cards, they're castable. Blood Sun. Yep. And then let's see this. Great, great Lotus Field. Oh, no Lotus Field? Nice. Keep this. We draw Mending. Oh, that's fine. Assuming this is about to get bolted. No. Can't be bolted. They have a Chalice. I need to remember their cards affect them too. Okay, 4 mana. We drop it on 4. Chalice on 2. I have several responses to that one opponent. Can do this. Blue and white. Mending. Cast Mending. Bitch. Consider and dart. And now let's flash back. I can't flash it back. That's fine then. Dug us deep enough, and now they can't put Chalice on 1. This. Oh, Blood Sun turns off fetch lands. Nice. White, red, and blue. Sorry, we get past the Chalice on 2 and Chalice on 1. Do this, do that. Alpine Moon. Name Lotus Field. Sorry, they don't make as much mana. I forgot that Blood Sun just turns off fetch lands. Huh. Fun interaction there. Swing for 3. Knock opponent down to 8. Evoking Solitude. Pitching Hero of Dominaria. So here's the thing. I kind of don't want to lose this. We can Lava Dart it twice. No, only once. Never mind. And we can't Petty Theft because the Chalice is on 2. So this will happen. The Awkward Moons. Brazen Borrower. Blue, blue, blue. This we draw. Draw another Borrower. That's pretty great. Who needs Petty Theft anyway? We'll just go full aggro. You have Solitude. Oh no, settle the wreckage. Sure. There we go. Blue blue this. Upkeep we draw. We draw land. Nice. Not really. Stop having things. Solitude is cast and they get rid of our borrower. Sure. Again of combat. Second main. Play this out. I mean, at this point, we've got Murktide online. Shark Typhoon. So we have yet to see a single Murktide. We've got 4 left in the list. We have no more Borrower. Awkward. This, we draw a dart. Okay. Well, dart their Solitude. If they try to do anything here. Yep, we're swinging with the Solitude. Dart it. Dart it. Hmm. Woof. Fun. Uncastable card. First one we've hit. No point to play out the fetch lands. But at the same time, if they bounce their Blood Sun. This, we draw Otherworldly. Alright. That gives us something to do at their instep. This, Otherworldly, look at the top 3, and then we can flash it back. None of those are cards we want to draw. And now we will Otherworldly again. So bottom that this. This card actually gets countered, so now that I think about it, we're going to Otherworldly again. Bin. Say okay. Put that on top. Draw. We can ending the Blood Sun. Go red, blue, white. You're going to counter it? Or are we cycling a Typhoon? Cryptic, counter, draw, sure. And now we're going to hit you for 1. Sacrificing our blue-red land. And this will happen. Only 1 Phoenix. But hey. No. Has Solitude? No, has Settle again. Yes. Okay. There are 4 Murktides still in our list. I'm not crazy. We just can't seem to find them for the life of us. This, we draw, we'll play our land and pass the turn. This, we draw. All right. Just going to build up again. Murktide. There we go. I'm assuming this eats a counter spell. Murktide. Here's an 8/8. Yeah. You've got plenty of counter spells. Cryptic counter draw. Counter draw. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and just pitch this to the chalice. Yep, I know that it gets countered. My point was I didn't want it in hand. I wanted it in the graveyard in case we hit 10 cards. Mill and draw. All right. Consider. We'll put it into the graveyard and draw. Okay. Nice that we hit over that monastery mentor. This upkeep, otherworldly. Blue. Oh, well. I'll put that one in the graveyard. And I'm fine with both of these next two draws. Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eventually, opponent's going to run out of counter magic. Solitude. Solitude's a solid dude. Bolt it. I go to 29. What we got? You find it to Teferi. You find your Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon. Okay. Probably hero. Nope. That's a lot of mana. This should be another. Right. Are you cycling? Chalice on. Okay. Chalice on 4, baby. That's the thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can still get our Murktide to an 8/8. Nice. Because I know that we're drawing a Murktide. This, love it, Archie. Blue, Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murktide, and then flashback with Lava Dart pitching the steam vents. Grow our Murktide to an 8/8. What on earth are you casting, opponent? 13 mana, 14, 15. Hard cast Emrakul? Please let me see it. Looks like it's Chalice on 7. Chalice on 7. All right. I mean, we jump. We can't cast the other Murktide. I now need Prismatic Ending. Do I even have that in the deck? Nope. We are looking for outs that do not exist. Hmm. Rip. Sure. See, the funny thing is, they could concede here and probably still win. I don't think I could get match. Cool. All right, we won the die roll. Let's take the play here. Got Mending, we've got Murktide, we've got Metamorphose. Sure. This has, like, this being the Sacred Foundry is not great, but because we've got the Metamorphose, it means we have a turn 2 Murktide. Tron. Well, on the bright side, we've got a turn 2 Murktide for this. Because I'm concerned about Tron. This Otherworldly Gaze. We'll keep it because we don't need to do any more. Because we fetched. This, shock it in. Red, white, Metamorphose. Going blue, blue. Murktide, Delve 5. Hope a 7/7 can race. Because we can also bounce. Upkeep, we draw. We draw another Brazen Borrower. Okay. Smack opponent for 7. They go to 13. All right, Tron player, what's your payoff? Don't be Karn liberated. Anything other than Karn liberated, we can deal with. All is dust. Well, it's sacrificed, so we'll let it go to the yard. Let's flash in Borrower here. Bolt's not bad. Take opponent to 10. Eldrazi Temple. This was E-Tron? You were E-Tron. Is this when it dies or leaves the battlefield? Leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. We're going to go ahead and bolt them. Down to 7. If they take the Mending, we borrow the Thought Knot on the instep. Just to draw another card. If they take the Murktide, that's fine. If they take the Borrower, that's fine. Okay. Do this and then Thought Knot, or Reality Smasher. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, well, you only have 1 mana at this point. So you can't go down or else you lose your Karn to the Borrower. They go up. Play the map. All right. This instep, let's go blue and white. Mending. Pitch those two. Upkeep, we draw Prismatic Ending. So we can ending the map. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ourselves a 7/7. Put opponent down to 4. Yes, they can now go get bridge. We weren't stopping that from ever happening. Bridge comes down. We don't get to go past Chalice, nor do they, however. They're not Chalice. You know what I mean. Okay. 4 mana, what? Chalice on 2? Or Ballista on 2? Chalice on 2. Okay. Feel you really want Chalice on 1, opponent. Because now you can't Chalice on 1. Now I've got plenty of time to draw Bolt and Lava Dart. Whereas E-Tron now has to find a win con. That is a win con through bridge. I mean, I guess they have their walking ballista in the board. They can go get ballista. They can make it 6. They've got 6, 8, 10, 11. So they can make it a 5/5. Shoot the bar and then just grow. Okay, they go the coding route. Nice job, opponent. Glad you forgot about your own liquid metal coating. Or your own chalice on 2. Upkeep, we draw. We draw a Phoenix. Alright. Land. And we still can't do anything. Like Brazen Borrower, we get to Petty Theft the bridge and win. We've got 1 borrower left in the deck. Land, we have Arclight Phoenix. Doesn't do anything though. Bolts and such do things. This fetch. Let us. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards to draw. Also just a good amount of cards. Add red, add 1. Phoenix. And just make it so our opponent has to pick a number. 12. You're going after. Okay, they're going after the Murktide. That's fine by me. The Murktide isn't attacking opponents. Ever. You're not getting to 7 cards in hand. There we go. They get the Ballista. 12, 13, 14. They should put it to 7. And hit here. Which will make our only out Brazen Borrower here. Woo! We're gonna draw all the cards that are dead. Opponent's at 4. And we're just not gonna be able to close. Because I got a chalice on 2. Yeah. Opponent. You're more than welcome to cast Chalice on 1. Folks, learn how Chalice of the Void works. What are we casting? You're just putting counters onto the Ballista. Ballista goes to 9. Ballista goes to 10. So 10, 11, 12. 1 more land would put them to 13. Meaning we technically made a mistake by shocking. Dot Scour, mill 2, draw. Woo! Alright. Didn't find her out. And we weren't gonna find her out either. Lovely. Rad Glide, yeah, go away. Cleansing Wildfire, sure. Alpine Moon, yes. Meh. Wear Tear, yes. We need to cut 3. Mending, ending. So yeah, there's nothing we really want to end other than their chalice on 1. But I want to be able to deal with their chalice on one. So let's just shave dart. No. Consider bring back in dart. Why? Because dart's 2 spells, considers 1 deep, whereas Thought Scour is 3 deep. No, we'll mulligan. Oh, that's an easy mull. Opponent kept 7. That's scary. But Phoenix and Otherworldly. Say done. This will happen. Main, Flooded Strand, pass turn. Tower. Do this. Get the Hollowed Fountain. Shock it in. Mill ourselves for 2. Okay. This, do that, and pass. No threat from us, which is not great, because if they have... Nattytron off their 7. Because why wouldn't they? Well, there's the Alpine Moon. Upkeep, we draw that. This fetch. Hit island. Pass turn. Warping Whale. Interesting. And so, of course, they had Natural Tron. Or they drew into it, one of the two. They have the Thought Not Seer. Great. Thought Not Seer takes ending. Because if you don't, I get to redraw and exile your Thought Not Seer. Takes the Phoenix. And plays a Reshaper. So they're fine with losing their Thought Not Seer. Or they didn't see the line of Manamorphose makes any color I so please. This, shock it in. Red, blue. We need not white, not blue. So green and black. This permanent. White, blue. Do it like so. We get to draw a card. Nice. It's an ending. We need another Manamorphose, though, if they have, like, Reality Smasher. Why do I have to be right? So we take 9, go to just about dead. And, well, no, we are dead, no matter what we can do. Sure, relic, pop relic. Makes sense. That way we can't draw Murktide. Super dead. With what our hand is here. Consider... Yeah, put that in the graveyard. We can Mending. to gain some life. Just to dig deep. Have to pitch those. Just because we can. Maybe we hit triple Phoenix. We didn't. Put them all into the graveyard. And we did. And a Saga to boot. Well, dang. I wish I could be our opponent. Just having it all. All right. 1-4 with Jeskai Phoenix. So, overall, the list isn't terrible. It can spin a bit, and when it pulls off what it's trying to do, it does it really well and can kill your opponents outright. When your opponents have all the answers in the world to it, it's gonna lose. It's a fun list. I enjoyed, out of the 3 that I just played, I enjoyed Phoenix and Red Eldrazi more than I enjoyed the Blue-Red Murktide. But I feel Blue-Red Murktide is the strongest of the 3. So, if you're looking for power level, go with Murktide. If you're looking for fun, there's definitely other ways to build decks and enjoy. With that being said, I will see you all next video. Have a good one.